some nice sounds all the way back from the early 2000s. Yes, yes, yes. In those very, very ancient times. Which I am from. I am old. In case you couldn't tell already, I'm basically a fossil. I was still a little pup in the early 2000s, and I got some objects from that time here, from my childhood, basically. Now, the first one is actually many objects, if you want to be specific, because it's trading cards. I had very few Star Wars trading cards. I wasn't very into Star Wars as a kid. I kind of got into it when I discovered the Lego games. They're still some of my favorite games of all time, even though I've literally never seen a single movie. I think I watched one episode of Clone Wars, and that's about it. But what I did watch a lot, and it's also a Lego thing, it's Lego Ninjago. I still kinda watch it. I got a lot of catching up to do, but I've seen Sons of Garmadon, Hunted, and the thing with the Oni that comes after Hunted. And I absolutely loved it, especially Hunted and Sons of Garmadon. Like, Modern Ninjago doesn't seem to be as bad as I thought. But I don't have any cards from Modern Ninjago. I know that they're Modern Ninjago trading cards, but they're a lot more expensive than the older ones. The older one was €1 for one card pack, and it was always 5 cards, and one of them was shiny, like this Lloyd card I have right here. I'm just gonna let's see if I can get some of those Deppy sounds in. I know lots of people are into Deppies. I've never been super into it, but it's always nice background noise. And yeah, this card is shiny, only one card in each pack is shiny, and they're also like ultra shiny, rare cards. They're called Ultras. I've got a few of those Ultras, some of them even duplicates. Like I got Ultra Morrow, I think, Ultra Lloyd, Ultra Kai I got twice, and Ultra J I think I also got twice. I mean, I got so many of these, but I only picked out a few. The next one I got is Nia, and this is Nia where she's already a ninja. I remember when she just had her robot suit, and she was kind of like the mechanic. I kind of prefer Nia that way. I kind of thought it was weird to see her become a ninja. It was kind of teased in the season that came before the Ghost season, but it was still a huge surprise to me back then. I just think her robot stuff she used to do back then was a lot cooler than being a water ninja. And I could also read you some of the stats of the cards, because this is from a trading card game. You can play a game with those, which for whatever reason most kids did not do. Most kids just traded the cards and collected them. I was the only one who was actually interested in the game of the trading card game. So her best stat is definitely power, which is an 80. Then on the second spot we got speed, 71. And the third place is shared by attack and defense, both a 65. Overall, not a bad card. And you also gotta consider this is just a regular one. This is not a shiny one, and not an ultra one. The ultra ones are incredibly good. They got like 100 on some stats. Oh, and more important than these regular character cards are the action cards. Those are kind of like spells or trap cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! The one I have right here is Ghost Attack. It turns a enemy card into your own card. Probably one of the most overpowered cards in the game, in my opinion. But I could be wrong, as I've said. I did not have many people who were willing to actually play the game with me other random snake dudes. I'd say their stats are overall a little worse than Nia's, and I don't want to bore you with details. And the worst card I got here, not the worst in the game, but the worst I have here in my hand, it is Zane ZX. His lowest stat is 34 on attack, and the best one is 74 on defense. Zane was actually my favorite character back then. I could relate to him a lot. But nowadays it's Lloyd, especially after watching Sons of Garmadon. I'd highly recommend you watch Sons of Garmadon, in case you couldn't tell already. I love that season. I did not think I would enjoy it this much. Let's see if I can maybe get some card shuffling sounds, but I'm kinda too stupid to properly shuffle cards. Let's move on to the next item. I think I've talked about Ninjago too much. And the next one is a Nintendo DS game. And yes, I will tap before every word. Okay, I will stop now. That was a little too much. Now let's hope this isn't too loud. If it is, I'll remove it. It's called Littlest Pet Shop Winter, which is very fitting for me because I was born in winter and it's by far my favorite season. Because I absolutely despise summer. I always feel like shit in summer. Funnily enough, I do get sick more often in summer than in winter. So we've got in the inside the game. The most important thing. Actually my very first video game I've ever owned. I had played some before because some friends lent me some games, but this was the very first one that was actually mine. And I was a little disappointed when I was little. I wasn't super into these like weird girly things. That's how I thought of it back then. Nowadays, oh, how the turns have tabled. Let's insert it back in. So, besides the game itself, we also got a manual. Oh, I love just going through these. After I got a new game, I'd always open it up and just kinda skim through the manual a little, look at the little screenshots and character artworks. Obviously, I never really needed them to progress in the games, because games were extremely easy by that point. But I still appreciated having them. Especially now that they're gone. Now we got the health and safety instructions booklet, which comes with every single game. I think that's enough for that, and we got a little promotional material. It has a little kangaroo on the LPS logo. I chose the completely wrong time to get into like LPS and stuff like that. They used to be like this huge Littlest Pet Shop YouTube scene. There was even like some weird I don't want to call it weird, but I don't know what different word I should use for it. It's definitely not normal. But I don't mean weird in a bad way. I mean it's like a unique way. Unique in a way that it's like a high school drama series. But it uses Littlest Pet Shop figurines to make the story. Instead of actual actors or animations. So it's kind of like a G-mod machinima, but in real life. I guess that's what you call stop motion, yeah. But it's not really stop motion, because there's no stop, there's just motion. If you watch it yourself, you'll see what I mean. But yeah, it's definitely Very impressive how far that series has come. I think it was called LPS Popular. That was insanely loud for me. Not sure how it will be for you. And the last item is a TV remote, and not just any TV remote, an old one. I'm tapping on the battery case. And let's press some funny buttons. That's the on button. Now you get like an OK menu button. An arrow up, down, left, right. Let's enter the Konami code. Actually, I forgot what the Konami code is. But I know that it's a thing in many games. There's a sleep button. Maybe if I press it on you, you will sleep. It's too quiet, I can't even hear it. Maybe you can. As I said, I am old. My ears are bad. Everything is bad about me. I'm bad to the bone. Now I'm just hammering down on buttons because I don't know what to do. These buttons have colors. There's a red one, green one, and they all sound the same. Damn it. And the TV remote has a really weird shape. It's kind of like a triangle at the top and a regular rectangle at the bottom. I love it. I mean, it's ugly AF, but it's kind of fun in a way. Just a very experimental design. And I also have a modern TV remote right next to me here, which just looks extremely boring. Just a rectangle with barely any buttons, just the circle with the circle in the middle. I'm not a big fan of newer tech, mainly because it's not compatible with older tech. Like, I couldn't just simply connect my Wii to a smart TV. Of course I need an adapter for that. Now for the next one. This is another game, however, not for the Nintendo DS. It is something very ancient that you don't see much nowadays, even less than DS games. And it's a physical PC game. Tell me the last time you've seen one of those in the wild. You probably never see these unless you own a bunch of these yourself. And I didn't even buy this one. Someone really didn't want this anymore, because it was free. And it is the Stronghold 2 Deluxe. I have not played this because my laptop does not have a disk drive, unfortunately. I hate that it doesn't have a disk drive because I also have some Angry Birds PC games, which I used to play on my older PC. It was just a regular PC, not a gaming PC. It had Windows 7. Those were good times. I played a lot of Purple Blaze and many Flash games. But yeah, I decided to pick this one up anyways because it was free. And you don't really see PC games like these much anymore, at least not in physical form. It's also one of those really ugly green pepper editions where I think it's a re-release, but it's made much cheaper. And it has this ugly green border around the artwork. Not much of a fan of that. I also have a bunch of different objects here. Because this is inside of a big surprise egg. I had way too many of those growing up. smaller ones. Let's open the big one. I know what there is inside. This is kind of tough to open. This was insanely fucking loud. So we have got a spinning toy thingy with a Mario pattern thingy on it. I think that's the artwork from Mario 3D World. A Donkey Kong keychain, and it also has this like little piece you can write something on. Kinda odd. We've also got some little racetrack parts, because this surprise egg was one of the Mario Kart surprise eggs. I pulled Yoshi out of this egg. Unfortunately, I do not like Yoshi much. I'm more of a Birdo person. But I don't think Birdo was even pullable. If that's even a word. Oh, we've got a little Luigi keychain. But this is a figurine and not just a character portrait like the Donkey Kong keychain. And it's Luigi in his fire outfit when he gets the fire flower. I used to play lots of Mario Bros. Wii when I was younger, and I still play Mario Bros. DS till this day. I turn it on every now and then. By far one of the games ever. Just one of the games ever. This is so iconic. And this is a piece of cardboard, which is also like part of a racetrack that the card came with. But it's not a very big one. In fact, incredibly small. I should probably throw this away, but I'm just gonna keep it in the egg for now. Maybe I should go on the internet and see if I can find the Mario Kart figurines that I'm missing, because I only have Yoshi. And I'd like to have at least Mario and Luigi. I do not have the instruction manual thingy for the card, you know, where it shows you the steps to build the thing. Because on that thing you can also check which cards are missing. You can see what other things you could potentially pull out of these eggs. I'm talking about these Kinder Surprise eggs. It's very gacha in a mobile game. Well, they kinda are. It's gambling. I love gambling. 99% of gamblers always stop before they're about to hit the big win. Never forget that when gambling. You can do anything with sheer willpower, which means also hitting the jackpot. There are also like these little brick pieces that came with the card. I guess you're like supposed to line them up and smash through them with the card. Pretty silly, but I like silly, in case you couldn't tell already. And if you really couldn't tell that, then you're probably way sillier than I am. Let's see if spinning the thing actually makes a nice sound. I don't even know which one is the correct direction. This. That could actually sound nice. Let me do it a couple more times. I just realized the spinning thing, it has a blue and red Mario decal thingy on it, but the spinning toy itself is actually blue and orange. Couldn't they afford to make it red? What is the point? Why is this orange that looks so off? I think I also have a little Mario figurine somewhere. But it's not from the surprise eggs, I believe. Like this little Luigi one, which is stomping on the ground violently. That is the only figurine I got out of those surprise eggs because I told myself I'm gonna stop gambling once I get one of them. And I usually do have pretty good self-control when it comes to these sort of things. Always gamble responsibly. But to be real with you for a moment, I have never actually gambled. Like, except for surprise eggs, mobile game gachas, and, trading cards. I have not done any gambling. And I also have never spent money on those mobile game gachas, because I usually don't care enough. That 99% of the time, I don't really have a character that I really want to pull. So, every time that I pull in one of those games and I get something that's better than what I currently have, I'm like, yeah, okay, I guess we're doing this now. So I put that one in my team and I don't really think much of it. Nothing really changes. Like, I'm not upset if I don't get like the exact one that I want. Because most of the times, I get addicted for like 2 weeks or so, and then I forget about the game for one day. Like, I lose my login streak, and at that point I just really don't care about the game anymore, and I just completely quit. Anyways, that's enough from me, the lazy fox. I'm planning to do a lot more of this kind of content here, especially like RPs and more rambly